Now, you knew about it slightly in
No,
advance. No, you
no,
didn't.
I
Okay,
did not
yeah.
really know
Right,
about
right.
that. Mm-mm.
You were going up there for Beach Music Association
It
Internationals,
was the big,
the thing on the
yeah,
Capitol
uh
steps
huh.
where all the
And I
folks
was
were there, the
giving
Beach
you an
Music,
award that year.
the Hilda Merritt Carter Beach
That's
Music,
right.
the Media Award, which I
Yeah,
got. Alan
yes,
Clemens and you
yes,
presented that award, which was very kind.
we did.
Which was that
It
very kind.
was
Yeah,
a
you've had
fun night.
Cecil Chandler's won that.
It's
Joe
been
Penner
Caesar, Joe
has
Penna.
won that. I
God,
don't
I
know who
can't
else
remember
has
how
won.
many since you
A
got it.
lot of
Yeah.
folks have won it since I got it back in
And you know, I walked
2005.
in Joe Penna's office, and there it was sitting right on his
Oh, I
desk.
believe it. It's a great
I
looking
thought,
award.
God,
It's a great
he
looking
liked
award.
it.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
very handsome one. I know
yeah.
Cecil Chandler really celebrates that as
Oh, yeah,
one of the few awards that have really something that he has
yeah.
highlighted. And of course, beach music,
Well,
as
he's a beach music lover, I
he
can
is.
tell
That's
you.
right. And a
Yeah,
great.
he really was. He was tickled to death to get the award, too.
Oh yeah,
And he's done so well in our area.
he has.
And he's been one that, didn't you have him on the show back when it was Carolina
Carolina
People?
people. I
I
might
thought
have
you,
interviewed
you did because
Cecil
you had Maurice
Williams.
Williams
Oh, that's right. I think
and
he
all
was.
those
That's
beach
right.
music people.
He
That's
was
right.
there that week. We filmed there at the studios in Florence for
Yeah,
leading up to the Beach Music Legends concert,
that's
which you
right.
wrote and
Uh-huh.
directed there. With
Yeah,
at least one of those folks is no longer with us,
I know.
unfortunately, Bill Pinkney.
Bill Pickton
But to think about having Bill Pinkney and Maurice Williams and
and
Billy
Billy
Scott
Scott.
all on the stage together at a packed audience there at Myrtle Beach High School,
Fantastic.
where the Long Bay Symphony performs. It was an incredible showing,
Yeah.
and that was a night that'll go down. I understand you all have that on
Yeah,
CDs
it's
now.
on it's
Or, I mean
on
on DVDs.
DVDs, and it's been sold. A lot
Heavily
of them.
sold.
Yeah.
Heavily sold.
And I finally
Maurice
watched
Williams,
it
yeah.
not too long ago. I have the thing, and I I said I'm going to see it, see how it turned out, and it is absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
And it shows Bill Pickney coming down, and it's so funny about this. He was going to stop there and sing this song to me
To you,
that
yeah,
he would
down
sing it.
because you were seated on the front
And
row.
when he got down, the lights were in his eyes, and he couldn't see. He couldn't find me.
No.
So he goes all the way up the aisle
Yeah.
and turns around, and he saw my white head. And so then he came back down and then gets on his knees and sings the song to me.
You are kidding.
No,
Oh,
it really
I remember
is.
that. Emma Claire and I were on the
Yes.
back row
Uh-huh.
watching that there that night. Lane Harris was there, the former
Yeah,
director of the
he
show.
was,
Who
yeah.
was there. He was on the other side. It was a packed house at Myrtle Beach High School.
And
there.
you know what is
The
so
auditorium.
funny? Is it rained that night.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, most of when people, it's raining, they're going to stay in. They don't want to go out.
Right.
And so everybody was telling me, said, oh, well, it's pouring down rain. We're not going to have anybody. And all of a sudden, I turned around and I see all these people.
It was packed.
I said, Charles, I think you were wrong
Yeah,
on that. He
yeah.
said, why? I said, look out the curtain.
Yeah.
And he did. He came back. He said, where'd all those people come from?
Yeah. Charles Jones Evans from the Long Bay Symphony,
Yes.
the maestro.
Oh boy, that was a night,
that was a
wasn't
big
it?
night, Hilda.
That was
a
one of the
big night.
biggest shows I think I've done. That I was really, really proud of.
Well, you know, to think about so many things that you've orchestrated, having all the way back to the years of writing the Miss Sun Fun pageant.
Yeah.
You think about even fast forwarding 50 some years, and as recent as
Yeah.
last March of 2010, when the largest scholarship of any local pageant
Wasn't
was
that
given out.
fantastic?
The largest cash scholarship, $28,000 given out to area teens and young women through the Miss Myrtle Beach pageant of 2010.
Yes.
The success of Brooke Eves and of the young lady from Conway who went
Yeah.
on to win
The
Miss South Carolina's
Carolina
Outstanding Teen. Her name
Yeah.
is slipping me right now.
I know it is. Me
It's slipping
too.
both of us here at 7 a.m. That's embarrassing. At 7 a.m. The young girl
And I
from
know her as
Conway
good
is a
as I know
beautiful
my
redhead.
name.
Yeah. We should have written that down before.
I know it.
That's what I listened. It was only about prepping before the interviews is to make sure I don't forget names like that. What is that redhead's
I know,
name?
it's a beautiful girl.
Good-looking girl.
Beautiful
That
girl.
is incredible. Well, we better jump on to something else.
That I can remember their name.
The Silver Crescent Award back there
Yeah.
in 2005. To think about that, Hilda, what was that like for you, standing there?
Well, I wasn't standing. Remember,
Oh,
I
right.
was sitting down, and Billy Scott
Billy
was on
Scott
one
was
side,
right.
and Maurice
Maurice
Williams
Williams.
was on the other. And I thought we were just there for him to say something. I didn't know what he was going to say, but I had no idea. I mean, I hadn't even heard of the Silver Crescent Award.
Right.
I thought Palmetto Award. They said, no, that's given to a lot of people, but
Right. Silver Crescent is very special.
Very special.
Very special.
And given to very few
Very
people.
few, sure.
So I'm sitting there listening to him talk, the governor,
Right.
talk about this woman. And I looked over at Billy Scott. I said, well, she's done a lot of things I have. and he just died laughing
Oh,
when
yeah.
I said that. And so I sit back and just listened. And then all of a sudden he said, and I would like Hilda Carter to come up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I couldn't even get up.
You were so shocked.
It was
yeah.
like I was stuck to that chair.
Yeah.
And Maurice got me on this and Billy
Billy's-
on this and drugged me over there.
This was in Governor Hodges' office. wasn't
Office,
it?
yeah, and the press all there.
I know, it was a
All-
packed house.
And friends, I thought.
I
oh, my-
remember I was there with Linda Lack.
Yes,
she had
yes,
come up there.
Linda
I
had
traveled
drove up
there.
for y'all to get something for Bill.
That's right.
And,
for Bill Darby or
yeah.
something, right?
And so, but I would have never believed that it was me.
That is incredible.
I still couldn't believe it when he was talking to me and handing me all this.
No,
I
no.
thought, is he sure he's got the right person?
Well, that was an incredible day, and you
And
know.
you remember who was up there? The black man that died, that lived in Georgia. What was his name?
Oh,
The
boy.
Oh,
We should have. James Brown.
James
James
Brown.
Brown.
James Brown was up there.
That's right. That's right.
And
Yeah,
he walked up to me.
that's right.
He said,
After
so
you-
you're the little girl that got all this.
that I got all the awards.
I said, well, I guess I am.
That was a big year, Hilda. You know,
It
it's
was.
incredible.
And had my picture done with him, you know.
Oh yeah, with Governor Hodges, and that's there at
and also
and
with
James Brown,
yeah,
and with Bill Pinckney, and all the. It's
Yeah.
incredible to think of all those. There's so many things we could highlight. I'm embarrassed to say
I,
that we're out of time, so we will
I
have
know. We always do this when we.
that. We do that.
Yeah.
We do. Stay tuned to a little more All American People with Dr. Hilda Merritt Carter coming up next. You know, people who know Hilda well aren't surprised that you'd be using her name in the same lineup with a James Brown, with a David Brinkley, with a Bill Pinckney. You throw in Dr. Hilda Merritt Carter in there with Billy Scott, Maurice Williams, even Governor Jim Hodges. I think Hilda probably still is pinching herself every once in a while a little bit to say, is this really me? How did I go from the teenage tattler there, this piece there in the Wilmington Star News, from being a journalist there at junior and high school to now being a photojournalist writing every week for the Myrtle Beach Herald, her around town piece. It's incredible to think about. And I know she's got to be pinching herself as she thinks that through, sitting in Governor Jim Hodges' office as he's recounting all these amazing accomplishments of some mysterious woman. It sounds just like her. And then for him to call out her name. It was only a couple of years later where from the big stage there at Coastal Carolina University on a field of thousands and parents and others in the audience, they're calling out Hilda Merritt Carter, now Dr. Hilda Merritt Carter, as she received her honorary doctorate from Coastal Carolina University on the stage with Doc Latchcott and Clay Britton Jr. and so many other amazing folks. It's incredible. Whether she's pinching herself right now or not, we're still thinking about her every day. Dr. Hilda Merritt Carter, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Absolutely.